by acceleration, so 20 by 5 is 100 newtons.
Céad Newton. Okay, so just double check a lehan in your oberstack, just in case you go to carta good. Okay, right, Dean there into kiss every door. Kaito on mutual, Dean.
F equals F over M.
F over A equals F over M, yeah. So you have to care is gonna
J.
I get to figure da.
Never leave much care.
Mother's second.
Second.
Yeah, perfect. Good man. Okay, right. Declan, kiss over a 3.
My kid made it a door.
Kid made it a door is you to head. So just go to lay more formula cos la force equals mass by acceleration. So relation kid made it a door. Which the code my head Newton. That's perfect. So it is then you be in the road the end to the Ableton Frigger screw sheets. Okay. So and that much screw sheets the whole lot of the check on and goes over yen. So kiss over the Keherenchen Jack Jane formula they said to Augustine Frigger.
Force F equals MA, I think.
Yeah, this is the formula and I was kind of swap all.
Oh, M equals
F
over FA.
F is going to, yeah.
So M equals 12,000 newtons or 12 kilonewtons.
12 kilonewtons. We measure for 4,000 just going to 3.
Yeah. Ringman Pollock Medima.
Right, okay. So 4,000 ranter 3. I guess you do Mila 3 hitra 3.33. Okay, so just he listen to heart. Okay.
Right.
Kiss over a quick inch Jamesy. Part of a heen, just a quick part of heen.
Force equals mass by acceleration. Acceleration equals 4.
Yeah, so it is the good acceleration equals force divided by mass. I guess it is very dig. Do you fight it when you part of heen? So fight the Karash.
10.
Karash can the jay who's the codgem Keher Mother's a second carney. Liam, he got to note to lock it the grain you asked him to go free for, was it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So part of the door in James, just can you got in formula to set when you part of the door?
V equals U plus AT.
Yeah, V equals U plus AT. I guess the reason the addition and a shilling so to V quadrumla she plus Keher medifadayeg. I guess we should do V quadrumla. Do you find the definition, Jamesy? Could you get her mother sa second? The rest we intercurricular that units, okay? I guess part of the 3 in formula this at it.
S equals UT plus half AT squared.
S equals to UT plus half AT squared. I guess the rest to me addition nationalinusha. So you to she medifa doyeg plus le. Lewis carried the keher medifa doyeg carni. I guess for a grid, James, say?
3K Shaska matter.
3K Shaska matter. Okay, so sin cash every quick. Right, Orla, right, that's enough when you cash every she. So I just got a robot quick game up. Okay.
V, Luigi U, Ishkin T, Kodumla A.
So Tim because V equals U plus AT. I guess Tim's got a linear have formula. So the ratio to J. Codumla da plus Keher so reis to A Codumla J Luigi da is going to Keher I guess we should figure that da matters da matters a second carney. Okay. Liam, ook man weet as a chance shaw like skrive ma ook the Rob ma gasta. Just out a video no harm such later on not as you two because they are okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait that day pausal or whatever. Okay. Right. Shin I guess reach so Norton Lewis carry organization to curtain force. So reach force equals mass by acceleration. So the shin cause mafi made matters a second. So we should doing figure that 40 newtons. We're a hand.
Yeah.
Okay. So shin kissed every she. Now kiss over a chart, just rhyme a phrase, couple of kiss journals. Van bommetje is kan mijn phone chat. Van bommetje. Hallo, te granny hill when you run so because you back. Right out, bye bye. Ta. Right, sorry about that. So we made our kist ever the shart and so market as a kist ever the shart test going goal mehan codrum mass midi for don't challenge. Okay, so to make a question mehan la mass in kilogram. So at each part of the heen the mass in kilogram test going goal mehan codrum heen midi for 9.8 exhibition doing frigre da 9.8 newtons. And then you kill us. Okay. Darnican data J run to function.
Nibni heen for 9.8.
Nemni he. So it reached J Hogs are doing 1 gram a bit.
1 kilogram.
No, well,
1 gram, sorry.
1 gram. So it reached 1 gram to the garage in G kilogram. So it's in 0.001. Maybe for 9.8, I guess we should doing frigre that 9.8 maybe for J equal to Luigi 3, but to get HQ in scientific notation. Okay. Part of the 3 in data.
Kids a quick for 9.8.
Kids a quick for 9.8. Right, Kerne, I guess it is pretty straightforward. Mille, I guess Fisic Newton. I guess a Kunjarna. Then mehan codrum mass midi for 9.8. So it is tashin codrum so mass midi for 9.8 I guess very sha 9.8 m. Do which Russian jant going strong a journal, no? Just sounds as if Russia jant to me. You don't know. Then you be out the figure whole charm, no?
No, New Zealand.
No, on your road, just how much in League D, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so Ramage G kist ever art and shun. So kist ever art, James, you would get a hot free tune.
All right.
So a reason because the formula force equals mass by acceleration.
Yeah.
I guess Adam and heart. I guess by the frigre da.
Quite kg.
So yeah, is gone. So we force it like yeah, Newton or Lewis carried the K matters a second carne. I guess we did frigre the quick kilogram. Okay. Now the reach image call is such when you part of the heen. We go such a formula. Jane formula is at the function Jamesy.
V equals U plus AT.
V equals U plus A agus T. I guess the addition of Shalina. So this in called 0 plus K made for phi. I guess we should do V the armo matter sa second. Okay. I guess when you darn the part and shin jack, J run to Jane formula is at the when you darn the part.
S equals UT plus half AT squared.
Yeah, S equals UT plus half AT squared. I guess it is leaning to Shinisha.
S equals half 4 times 20 squared. Because by U Nivni.
Yes, so it is equals half midi for less carry da K matters a second midi for T GBT you going?
Fihe.
Carney. Okay, I guess option frigre doing da.
Arcade matter.
Moisture.
Yes.
And you shall against honestly.
Oh, except
man, no.
Big my shahan.
Sorry.
Okay, I just feel got feed the mats nyaki my ear chat needs to screen. We'll go mail into share. Arm trial of Vietnam. Just near hashing the wrong, wasn't okay.
Aye.
Right, perfect. Right, so shouldn't add la part of do, I guess part journal jack da kist ever the art and shun. Be ogun and Forsa obruma. So reach and Forsa obruma be ogun in acceleration. We ogun in Luascaru obruma. So la shuni yenu. We may call it such a formula B equals U plus AT. Okay, agus tá maiad sin na líneiste. So to V cosma 0, to U cosma artmo madr sa second plus A ag 0.1 seconds. Okay, so a rist te mobr machinna ma te 0.1 A cosma minus 80, so to A cosma minus artmo around 0.1, which is cosma minus 800 meters per second squared. Okay, so now to Lewis carry ogun, can we able to nash hall agus and force. So the force equals mass by acceleration, which is cosma r8 made if a mass quick 8 kilogram. Agus variation doing frigre da cara mile or k head mile. Was in cartigum k head mile Newton. And the new killerson.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so sin kistja art lig jante in the question. Arm Jim of it as a rail in the question there. Where to
For my first good in the Janta.
for this is good in the jante, right? That's quite good actually. Good man. Okay. Now you were much a chance the results exam horses go for, but for the Jaime general and exam papers what you're asked Steve, Jaime she had the like scanner. I guess you had the email I give or you had the her my private messenger modo so location tumult was then leaving shortly genigum I guess then quick give you genigum so be where you to a bit chart and show on the chart and you was okay got him just yenima packed that the camera Dutch exam papers are scanner I guess you had the her right so Ramajray Nash Arm with us get you free cash ever in the line the frigere part of it, question the part A.
My J or bar fee when in Chipton la fall and ball
Right, so to make a question Lewis carry the variant and Forsa doing, I guess variant and mass doing. So it is at how into Forsa to go 40 g. 40 GJ against the mass like 20. So it is for this doing Lewis carried the heel punch a quick madrasa second carny. What is it?
No, I measure ball I'm ball measure for my contact.
Right.
Measure mom or my J Newton or do's in Chandran man Cara Newton.
Oh right. Oh no, we're already into different the Air Force. So me and doesn't mod differ. So I we just lay my free cast. Question the part A. Can you come in just look back share vectors just so that you can do what the 40 Newton so gets the gal balancing. I guess the J Newton gal gets in balancing. Then we're into the resultant force. So the resultant force is the kind of small when it's the J Himahas. So therefore your resultant force is 30 Newtons.
Yeah.
Jigen so you to 13 I can mass 20 kilogram because we 20 kilogram on I guess you to Newton. So make it as in head Casellanash, right? So just remember free part B. So just like what I janti cartigav. So it is to 20 kilogram of good. I guess to K Newton a balancing. I guess to 50 Newton a balancing. So it is testing goal A cosma force for mass. So recent at how into force, so resultant force done vector K minus 20 and 80. So you have to K lujafi is going mass 20. I guess we should doing frigere da keher mother sa second kernel. And then you okay listen? Yeah. Okay. Now I guess you can join that. Do you can do the Sharon?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So these 20 Cynsion seo so to 6 Newton agad agus to 6 Newton I Cynsion. Now, resultant force, Aaron, gin resultant force will take you 20 kg.
Yeah.
0. So to A cosma 6 minus 6 is going to be, which the cosma yemni is going to be, is the cosma 0 meters per second. Okay, so shin finally part A, B, agus C. Now, head part if a given instant each block has a velocity of 20 meters per second to the right, find the velocity of each 2 seconds later. Okay, so funny darn part and cash to Grindbook over la climate V obruma. Okay, so these just make your formula V equals U plus AT. Okay, so the V cosmna is there's a velocity of 20 meters per second to the right. So there's 20 plus, so Malakamich a head connection is 1.5 meters per second. So it's 1.5 in the next 2 seconds. Okay, I guess we should do 23 meters per second. So for your part A. For your part B, the V cosmla it is 20 GV sequentiation 20 faster plus the time shot 4 meters per second. So keher fada I guess you to fisa art matter sa second. And then you can see V cosmla it is 20 to the right plus 0 midi fada. I guess it is this in cosmla 20 meters per second. Okay, so sin kest every night. So my hump with the heart the text or nash genia kestjerna. So kest every J or allowed to get e half for each Jim fight to like kest every J. Or la what is automatic hustle kite on mute.
Yeah. F, codrumna MA.
So the F codrumna MA, so shall kest every J. I guess there's so a wooden block of mass 6 kilogram is being pulled along a rough horizontal table by a horizontal force of 500 newtons. So really, rather than go to 3 kilogram, I guess the force the 500 newtons. Okay. If the frictional forces opposing the motion is amount to 400 newtons, so the force, friction force the 400 newtons, obviously that's in the opposite direction. So the east ten acceleration called my force is gun mass, I guess you for the definition orla.
Shej punches she shart.
So can they work to shej punches she shart?
Kate ranter she.
So Kate, so make it in different the quick Kate minus because they've gone opposite direction. So quick Kate minus K head Newton, I guess the mass the she kilogram. So this is called my Kate is gonna she, I guess they doing frigre da she jig punches she is shart matter sa second. Kearney. Okay, and then you okay listen. Sin kest every J, I guess the kin journal sin kest every teen jig. So grind book over generally kest and chaw. Right. So rubber free teen jig. So a car of mass. So the car going what 1200 kg. Okay. Which is traveling at 100 now. Because 8 kilometer per hour. So that means kilometers at going make this a kilometer per hour. Kilometers at kg meters a second. So sin 8 mile around 3 wheel sheet. Okay. As the sin get stop in a distance of 100 meters. So the S causes my 8 meter. I guess the V causes my 0 because there's a get stop. So if the maximum retarding force due to the brakes is 2,000 newtons, so the 2,000 newtons of call a ball shot. Okay, will the car avoid a collision? So that means we'll be able to stop within the 8 kilometer. And what is the minimum force needed to avoid collision? So the whole free question you get rod oprimage ma Kate is Kate miles can see will she he J fight to finish in maybe Declan.
New format could you example.
Right, okay. Dara, we're to say keen jig jante.
A fair sharp punch a short art.
Right, so you do fisa shart punch you do fisa shart punch a shart art mother sa second mother's a second. Okay, so shini head the image and shan is that image 8 kilometers to hour could you piece of sharp punch a shart art mother sa second. Now Negation is caiimid obrúma Jane Luascaru. Jane Luascaru take a block on sure. So lan Luascaru obrúma to me call usage formula v squared equals u squared plus da as because test going s which the kid meter. Okay, so a raise to v kaisa stopu. So can you come in the scheme she called s cos my kid, I guess called v cos my 0. So you to 0 carry here, cos my u. So the initial speed shin Fisic shart punch shart the art carry here plus da midifa a midifa kid meter. Okay, so a raise more operation more so to a cos Fisic shart punch shart the art squared is gone ahead. So a gober ma J5 to function James C were to figure for a
Lucia 3 punch art quick north.
right. So you to 3 punch art a quick in the Newton. So positive because minus being so. Okay, so to an acceleration balancing. So therefore to Majalden as your force up Bruma. So Matalaniadan force a car a balancing. To Majada up Brumanchan well a 200 newtons more color. So it is the force cause my mass midifal Luascaru. So to mass the milli kilogram midifa chompa to make Jamesy. Good. So to mass the milli Newton or kilogram midifal Luascaru should matters a second carney. That 3 punch art a quick in the so very shin doing force da Kayavila Shehid Traha Newton. Okay. Now so shinna force it to the all shinna force it to the ye and cara stopu and kid matter. So what shall avoid a collision? Yeah, because what really Newton got a balancing in the brakes. I guess then force the Kayavila Shehi Traha Newton y'all got into balance on shaw. So that means that I gave Vila Shehi Traha Newton gan. So therefore near so frigre from your part, so frigre near she got a stop in clash Tasha got a well is 100 yard. Okay. Now so a kiss journey Joshua what is the minimum force needed? So Jane force is slowly at the y'all than card stop in that.
Jane Forsa slew.
Che.
I haven't a clue.
Kayvile Shehi Traha Newton y'all and card stop in kid meter. So Shin's force is slow at y'all. Okay, so
right.
The force is slow na Kayvile Shehi Traha Newton. Okay. Because can you come in what the force of goods the Kayvile Shehi Traha Newton is the degree stop then kite as a Kayvile Shehi Traha Newton or in the opposite direction. Okay. So it is less stop now. So it is so frigre Kayvile Shehi Traha Newton. Well, I hand you okay, lesson. Okay. Right. So should we la exercise the punch he so ramidre nashkuji momentum agus Newton's laws of motion. Okay. So Karamas's PowerPoint will shin screechy gahan and you were a hand in your cop done question or should get a bomb in the verse. Right, then you be kind. So I take it goes in okay. He goes in Obama. Right. So Ramage could you screen share and I guess Ramage could you PowerPoint. So Natasha their momentum. So race well ahananya Ableton PowerPoint in Eka.
Yeah.
Tá a hanna nead an PowerPoint na cheall. Right. So a rééis í head stage in na go ddíú momentum. So a rééis smuitií has a rhailta riaw liam beir bicycle agus tú cycle agus trial liamtí dó there be tú in motion.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the bicycle heading for a ditch.
Yeah, agus liamtí dó. Sé go happen all dit.
I fell.
Yes, catia.
I don't know.
Momentum. Because of the momentum. Okay? Because can you come to momentum lat? See, near to 18th of August at their bicycle, she'll to Osher Medium da be mabda just land a little at all be more right. But usually smoochie to 16 cars, lemon to Mars car to goal. To do near lemon to March after it's an action film like yeah. Near lemon then at Mars car to the roller, I guess she may other momentum. Okay? So she you get just lemon because the momentum that. So go dtíad momentum. So momentum sin más médi fatrolas. So rééis má ta rihe kecht ernst na pepper screw di go dtíad momentum sin a formula sciún sheets. The momentum sin p more from your momentum codum mass médi fatrolas. Okay? Now, the momentum on the kind of vector, so the vector quantity, so she saw a momentum throw and trolas. So rééis begin trá on the wall to gal ag glúseart leis trá luas sinna trá atá ag an momentum. Okay? Now, rééis am would be much a question then you be just unmutal agus cor ceist le the hop. Now, we dadla momentum. So can you come in it SI momentum no kilogram matter sa second. Because can you come in my into rash gene formula mass midi for trá luas. So mass in kilogram agus tetralus matter sa second. So rééis mass kilogram made for matter sa second. So we should doing in it the kilogram matter sa second. Okay, so the he kind for momentum, the kind for kilogram matter sa second. Now the three laws. Now in Jacker Bartik scholarly it's usually short ulum. So kaiti see she's agus yadolum gomai. Chicks the knees had about a hundred the enemy knee shot, chucky cannot knees, chli heen, chli daw, naturally it's 3 Newton. So you're the hermit Newton's three laws of motion. Okay, so Hedsley gluciate Newton, fanning ga carp on the stad no gluciate free troll was tarasha, when the Gnevian force a shactor and no cartimer. So just let's you be deep. Smuitií mat a carp agus sé Abermuin spoes. Agus mo chaihin tua. Tí go harla do. Chaineis a gáil forever and ever. Unless goal Forsa neart a gáil opera. Now smuitií has this mat is na hasin na hir caihir agus caihin tú sus rodneartar mat na hasis caihin tú sus spoel sus neir. Now tína just chaineis a gáil sus agus suas. Well then you be add the frigger hortuur san.
Gravity.
Gravity, yeah. So to force it don't challenge a goberer. Would force to be a goberer.
Air resistance.
Air resistance, yeah. So fritty at the air. So these you have to do to fritty at the air a goberer, I guess to force it don't challenge a goberer. I guess my other chin road to stop and carp a gober a glue shart and free trollus through a constant velocity. So a reached delay every heen, fanny carp on the start so it will remain at rest. No, a glúisiar faoi trollas tarasha when the current Forsa shachtra a be isja ar. Okay? A hanna yo chéile tlí over he. Now Darnican had jackarol, but rééis see agus fólama at the hall. Tlí over the do. Okay? Now tlí over the do nar at a Forsa new chatham igniber carp. So when an unbalanced force acts in a body. Being an reta her momentum a go air gira leis an Forsa agus tarlincha a draw an Forsa. Okay? So a réist le darne 3 Newton a bhíne díobh. Okay? So mercan to say funny darne 3 Newton mercan to lehan an bhíthe chuig do the text law. Okay? So to darne 3 Newton codma and reta her momentum. So just I'm going to stop screen share is my back with Jean Claire and Shaw. Okay? So, ma switching says switcher G Newton. Ma obrian force in your carmer carp. Tan force shen a go rear gira. La shen rete at her momentum. So we got rete at her momentum. Okay, so the rate at a momentum. Because obviously the rate of change means móiminteam rate. When you come with the going kind for rate of change means at a momentum is going to arm a lock. Okay. Now, so zero at a momentum. So raise the force a go to gira. Okay. So momentum. So we just go in momentum tossy or jerry final momentum. Okay, jerry minus momentum tossy. So that's the rate of change of momentum and at a momentum. So momentum you'll go to twos, and more has a momentum to go to the jerry. It's going to arm a lock and okay. Now, erasement and then the addition is screw in formula. So erasement in the back of G in formula momentum. Testing goal momentum P, cardinal mass midi fatrol Lewis. So erasement is screen is called force a go gira la mu. So mv, so initial velocity, final velocity minus initial velocity mu. Eligiskan arm t. Okay. Now, margin within your shaw factorize that. So to f a go gira because it is to me the shaw factorize that. So to m cotton take your verge. So you to m for v minus u eligiskan t. Now, kun you count it? Testing go less garu. Go v cosma u plus at. So this my opera which are hard testing go a cosma v minus u is gun t. I guess in the right kernel lesson. So this testing go force a go gira la mass midifa less garu. Okay. I guess reached because the Rodden Shaw Kaimage equals Harisha, I guess Kaimage constant to Harisha. So the constant K when your mass, I guess acceleration. Now, I hint to back a G, Jane definition of force. So, Dara, the going to catch after G root force, Jane unit of force, we add the entity.
Newtons.
Newtons? In a unit, but Jane definition.
Or mass of acceleration.
Right. So, reach Connie Kavney goal a question mark na define 1 Newton. So, what is 1 Newton? So, is a 1 Newton shin force every mass the 1 kilogram less get the 1 matters a second kearney. Okay, so Maharm's force the 1 Newton and shaw. As the shin cosmic K for mass the 1 kilogram for less get the 1 matters a second kearney, then tescum nash called K cosmic he. Okay, so this is now into the yenu don tadisha K. So ocean tescum called F cosmic MA. So erasing doi a higlin chest bench called Darna G Newton on the K specialty that force equals mass by acceleration. Because ocean to make a formula solution. Okay, I guess because the K Eglin Shaw when you manage equals K, I guess the K cuts from the heat and so in your fair and K hodisha. So this force equals MV minus MU is gone T. I guess that is Lee Newton. Okay, what's in Salia again?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Jalen Rodson Achilles now, like
Aberson Reese.
Rod and Achilles there.
Shaw?
Yeah.
Oh, shouldn't simple for you proportional.
All right.
So, I can lead to the back here the noti rather be proportional. Used to be going in sample shot and shot. So, Costa, for example, force is directly proportional to acceleration. Again, the screw force is directly proportional to acceleration. So, Keltala proportional. Now, there's the air top line that's directly proportional. I góréir gira bit. So má tá sé góréir gira, má double mit in force, we double the acceleration. Má dhéanam mit force treble al, if we treble the force, we treble the acceleration. Agus sinna cealta leis simple proportional. Now, so sin directly proportional. Now, inversely proportional sin I góréir inverta. So abernes gro force I góréir inverta leis mass. So rud a dhéir an sin na híd is gan m. So rud a dhéanam sin má double in force, dhéanam mit le their mass cos híd is gan a dó. If we treble the force, dhéanam mit híd si hú their mass. So sin inversely proportional. Okay, was sin salar nas Jamesy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it is sin darajli Newton. Sin a formula. So mas switching to our shaw some force. So mat a force in your car me go over a carp, tam force sin I go rear gira lay let's momentum. Okay, rate at a momentum. The rate of change because the kind for arm. So and rate at a momentum. Agus tarlin and draw force and it occurs in the direction of the force because each force has a vector ton so the draw again so tarlin it draw and force. Okay, now so my image ration as in PowerPoint. So it is just leave me free chin it is. That is legal in Newton. There is a force in your car to make me work carp being rate at a momentum. So the rate of change of momentum is go to gira relation force agus tarlin chat and draw and force. Okay, so it's not that the Niasa Jackers know them, but you can be jacket fiantic scholarly. I can't know them. So I get led to me John Lane, which I just much you able to in a derive. I'll do Maharm Kasharif. Okay, kind of value directly the Mahasilor. Now. I'm Jerry head point a So 3 hugely Newton chan. So it reached can't father but Brashima she's in a Steva. Now 3 hugely Newton. Now Mahoran carp A force a veimer carp B. And chan current carp B force ur so that's opposite at their COVID so identical in size. Let's veim or carp A. Okay, so race for the generation, dice fossil control them to every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So, being in gniwu, agus in free gniwu. So, shen gniwu shen action, agus free gniwu reaction. So, to every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. So, being in gniwu, agus in free gniwu or COVID, they're equal. Agus hold on the hill and opposite. So, race. To every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Agus chokishin is in grind nikasni ni smolye. Okay, right. Well, I had a new okay largely heen do agus 3. Kashne igdenurbi. So a reached sample moinshan da reach montekasni be just on butyl agus carcash. So make it as intention to rocket a good. So current and rocket force of a gas, it brewer cool. I guess current and gas force are COVID, so opposite and equal. Urhora leshen or an rocket. I guess less getting che hontasi that rare. So it reached sampling to my that 3 Newton. Okay. Now the reason shen ramage the force of friction. So force of free homage. Okay, so could force a free home, Marshallin to carpa wine har carpale, tagging force on ken a horan in Aden and Glucerchin. So a force is applied that opposes the motion of that force. Okay, so shini kialta la force a free homage. So no sliding carpa wine had a carpale, cheek force on a horan in Aden and Glucert at Ega. Okay, so like I Ken Jarnan Shen, so my image Gaji Lehan and the Hashi in the text door. Okay. To which you'll have a arm in the wall. To which supposed to be Ray 5 pass. So what's the in which I had Lala? So part of then you're going to do nothing wrong here. Or I'll go wrong a little. So it reached Yanimage Ray Lashaw had Lala. Okay. And then you okay? Okay. So
Yeah.
Jeff
Alright.
Mashiv Moira. Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Right.
Man.
Well,